Yes.
but then when it comes to like just like the knowledge of other stuff, like the books and stuff, you're like, oh, let me see what this book is talking about. You know, let me get it. Boom. Mm-hmm. And you know, I have an app. It's called Alchemy Library. Mm-hmm. It's literally just a whole list of alchemic books.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's simple and it was free.
Okay, I think I'm gonna download that.
Yeah, see? And those things are really,
it's so free, exactly. So it's free, convenient, the internet is,
so it is good. Okay, yeah. I guess it's good.
But like I said, you gotta find it.
Yep.
Because a lot of stuff you have to look up, you know what I'm saying? As you go through and you're like, okay,
really, you have to, it's all in there, but if you just click the first 2 links, it's not gonna be anything probably truthful of what you're looking for, depending on what you're looking into, but... But the internet is very.
Oh right. So talking about religion and like family stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. So I was watching this show. It's called Legacies. So it's about it's a supernatural show though. But it's about like children, like teens, like young children, and then like this guy creates a school for them, you know, to protect them and then train them and stuff like that. So anyway, one of the young black men, he's a vampire. And so he goes, so that's like Cream Break. So then him and like 2 other people in the show, they convince him to go see his family while people were away on Cream Break. So they go to see the family, and so they went to see the mom. The mom knew who he was, because the mom was, they were like, sending each other like letters and stuff, whatever. And then she just kept saying like, your dad doesn't want to see you, basically, whatever. So he didn't really understand why. No, it was that he was busy or something like that. But so it was like, so it's all right. And then then she was like pissed, like she was just like, what are you doing there, like shocked and stuff. And then she didn't even like tell. So the dad was like, you heard his voice. She was like, who is that? And she was like, oh, some, I guess these people like trying to like sell us stuff, whatever. And then she eventually told the son that he never knew that because he died, and then he came back to life as a vampire. And so he never told him, because he was like running for mayor. And so like he never told him that he came back to life, that the son came back to life. So the dad never knew, but the dad became mayor because he wanted to see his son again. So that was like the campaign he was using. So at first, you thought it was like him just being fake about it, but he never knew the whole time. And then so the mother was like, kind of like, well, you don't really. It's like she was like, I don't believe his faith has the capacity to accept you. And then what happened was he went to go see his dad later on at the church. He was practicing his speech, but his speech pertained to his son, because he was somebody's son. And so he was just like, the whole time the dad was like, oh, God brought you back to me, and it was a blessing, and the Lord did this, the Lord did that. And he was like, and then he was just like letting him have it or whatever, like the whole time, like, and then he eventually like showed him like his fangs. Mm-hmm. And then the father didn't want to see him anymore. Mm-hmm. He was like scared.
Because he came back and did
because he was somebody that the Bible doesn't speak of.
And
you don't believe it.
And because when they do speak of it, it's dark.
Yeah. Evil. And it was just his son who was a vampire. You know, that's all it was. But it was just like, well, if it's not nothing that's in the Bible, it's not real. Yeah. That's how he saw it. So he's like, you're a demon, do blah, blah, blah. I can't do this. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't. And then because the vampire he used, so one of the powers is they can like make people do stuff. And so he basically had him tell the truth. And he was like, am I your son? And he was like, no, my son's dead.
He really didn't even accept it. He's seen it. Oh.
And then he made him forget about all of it, and then he just left. That's sad. Yeah, it was really sad. So.
But see, even that just shows, like, spirits are everlasting. You do come back. In regardless of what you come back as a piano, come back as a cat, I don't know, come back as a blender, I don't know, come back but you're gonna come back though. Like when you die, you're definitely, but your spirit is everlasting. Yeah. So, and I think that's like you said in the example of the show Legacy. His father didn't believe in his spirit.
Yeah. He didn't believe in his legacy.
He didn't believe in his legacy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
So that part, he did not at all. And that's sad. So.
That's very... Yeah, that goes... I feel like, that's of course a complete lack of spirituality. I would equate that to someone who's quite lost. Because you won't be able to ever find your way, I guess, back to your true soul. I mean, if you travel, I don't know, but.
And the thing is, what doesn't help is the mom knows about all this stuff and she's involved with it all. She even paid the guy that created this school. She pays, part of the funds. She contributes to it to protect her son.
Yeah.
So she knows about all of it. She's okay with it.
Mm.
It's just the father, and it's like kind of sucks because it's like she just chose not to try. At least try to open him up, and that's the issue.
Now, do you think the mom is fearful
of losing? You know what? Then I feel like that goes back to the family thing.
Yeah.
Where she doesn't even want to fully. She doesn't want to lose her people and what I guess the religious faith and.
No, it's not. Hers is not the religion. His is the religion. Hers is just.
They would be condemning her if she was.
I guess she was like bring up stuff.
Exactly. Yes. So that's that family again having to be like, oh wait, actually forget about it. I changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you, son.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Spirituality
It's deep, man.
It's lacking.
It is lacking, but you have to be willing to you have to be willing to have an open mind.
Religion has really mission accomplished.
Oh, definitely. But I feel
a lot of the minds.
Yeah, nowadays you got a lot of people are really open minded about a lot of stuff.
They are, but the youth, we are, like you said, we are different than our parents are. And I tell my mom, even for Africa, even you old people in Africa, they need to get out of office and let us young people with fresh minds and ability to not, have so many distinctions between us, especially by the freaking fracturization by the colonialism and neocolonialism still existing. So it's like we're best suited to be able to maybe connect back to our original African practices and belief systems and control systems too.
But then what also sucks about that is like, you got a lot of the older people that believe that the youth, can't, I guess do what they do or something like that. I guess when it comes to the actual because they're you're too young or something like that. You're not experienced.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always that a lot.
That's for Nigeria experienced that, but they were able to, after 10 years of fighting to get the age lowered for government to be nominated for government elections, they finally were able to. The young people, and they were knocking on doors. They were shaming different political groups for turning them around. You guys are young. You guys are kids. What do you think we know? Right. So what did they get in return? They were 10 years later. I mean, it took time, but it happened. It's a fight. It's a change. You can change people's mindsets, and we know our old parents. What happens at home stays at home, so they don't like to be shamed. Yeah. So if you blast them for something that's not in a stream of good nature, we can maybe twist their arm a little bit
Well, have you guys seen? Have you seen
Algeria too right now?
Have you seen, I think it's The Waiter, or it's with Forrest Whitaker.
No.
And he's like a I guess he's like a
Butler, the butler?
The butler.
The waiter.
I was gonna say the serving afterwards or something like that. The butler. Have you guys seen The Butler?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And because at first he was
I fall asleep in every movie, by the way. Go ahead.
But the thing is, he originally was very prideful about his ideals, and then even when he was he was working for all the presidents and stuff, and you saw the change of how they treated him going through the times, and then his son was a rebel, part of the revolutionary, but he didn't, the dad was nah, you're doing this wrong, I'm not with you got going on, this not right, you know what I'm saying? He's down for the white man, the white man want to do this way, and he's nah, the son's nah, it's not gonna happen. He don't listen, then because there's a whole conflict between the two because of it, and then as time kept going on, eventually, he started easing up. You know what I'm saying? Opening up his mind a little more. And then so then now, then at the end of the movie, then it was they were cool again. You know what I'm saying? Now back to father and son, then he had his grandchildren, Obama was president and stuff. It was all beautiful. It's what, like you said, it takes time.
It takes time,
And it takes just fear. I'm sorry, that's just for everything that just comes out, it's just fear this is the first word that comes in my head with anybody that's that doesn't want to come out their comfort zone, or that's not willing to open up, and it's not.
And sorry, with like Saint Verse, like, it takes time. I can't quote it directly, but there was a quote that like to master something, you put in 10,000. You put in 10,000 hours of work dedicated to a specific subject, and you are, in some sense, you are a master to yourself of knowledge in that whatever you studied.
Right.
So therefore, throughout slavery, they have. They did the math on it, but it's over 100 times we've mastered the mindset of slavery and colonialism set up, and so now it takes time to get back into what it. I mean, to break the mold, basically, to break that mastery, and so I think I think it's starting to the therapy of the Black world is starting to go on. We are starting to master ourselves again. Slowly.
Certain things don't help. Like, so certain media things don't help.
No, not at all. I agree.
No. Don't make it any easier. As I said, it's the fear. They put all of that, from the news to the internet.
But like even more so like music.
Yeah.
The music is just another form of slavery.
100%.
Showing.
Also messages as well.
Yeah, but it's like weird because it's like the generation of musicians are really weird, and they're just like really like. But then you got these people that still listen to them, and then you like they do what they do. Of course, that's how it is, or whatever. But at the same time, I'm actually really glad that this generation brought out brought out the old school.
Oh yes, it's coming back slowly.
Yes.
I've mentioned that. I was mentioning that like a couple months ago that I hear these rappers I stopped listening to hip hop and rap for a minute. Yeah. But like slowly I was like, wait, did I hear that line? Wait, rewind. Okay, they're kind of shooting out some.
Okay, you open books and stuff.
Yeah, it's like maybe they prepped it because the industry is ran by the Caucasians. Therefore they control the images and the music. So maybe to get into the business, even they had to act, a bit doozy-ish. And now that they're in there and they have a platform and they have a fan base, now they can get back to real hip hop of what they tried to eliminate, to not get any, good info and.
But I think it just helps easier because it's like, guys, there are a lot of people that are looking for that return. It's just something refreshing from what we have. And so when the old school comes back, it's like, we want this, like, so we're gonna take it in, like, Eminem dropped some, Nas dropped some, you feel me, like, they're
but
like,
old school doesn't have to be like, wait, when you talk about old school, what do you mean by
like,
old
just
school?
like
real word?
No, like people that were rapping great before these people.
Oh, so then you're for like the old
the
people
generation
still
before this generation.
So you're still for the old people running the government then?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying for the media though. Music. I mean for music.
Yes, for music, but I
music.
feel like but we don't need the old rappers to be able to come back and preach the word. When I hear like younger rappers that have the current fan base slowly.
Alright, give me 3.
Give us 3. I mean, there's a great song in Migos, Modern Slavery, where the lines like, all these gold chains, modern slavery, that is speaking awareness of what you are into, so that of what the society is like today, when you're wearing these gold chains, but given the money by these people to purchase this, you are still in a form of enslavement. That to me is preaching. I don't know.
I know, but I'm not talking about the image. I'm talking about people with lyrics.
That's with lyrics. To me, that's putting out that you're teaching something. Awareness, no?
I was saying more so about this generation. I was like saying like, what artists do you know who are actually teaching good stuff in their lyrics?
Teaching good stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
Teaching history.
I'm talking about people.
Teaching history, or
I'm talking about people that are teaching in their lyrics.
But teaching what?
It doesn't really matter. I'm talking about good stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That statement right there, and that the whole
song.
I'm saying,
give me the names of the artists that are teaching positive, knowledgeable lyrics for us.
But they're not going to be in the mainstream radio for most people to listen to. They're not going to be allowed access radio stream to have their real teaching on there. That's why you don't hear Nas. That's why you didn't hear Nas often on the radio, because he was teaching. You have to look for that. But I'm saying these rappers that have actually made it to being on the radio, and they're saying little lines that are teaching.
But everybody says little lines.
But
they
that's
always,
their,
everybody
but
always.
they wouldn't be on the
I
radio.
know, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying, I was just saying because you're making it seem like it was like, you know, like they're actually like after they got to this point, now they're gonna do better. Like they're doing better or something. Like maybe something I haven't heard because I don't listen to them.
Okay.
So I was trying to say, give me some names that I would have to like look up and be like, oh, let me see if there's some stuff that in there that I can
Okay, I
listen
can't
to.
drop off the top.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
But
even,
I
like,
refer to once, but I give you one example, and that to me is teaching. Is him even stating that all these gold chains, modern slavery, and he even, I mean, you guys.
But the chains and stuff have always been a thing. The chains have always been a certain a visual issue. You know what I'm saying, or a visual anything. It's always been imagery with the chains or with the whatever you're gonna wear.
What do you mean imagery? I'm not speaking.
What she's saying is, are you saying like the gold that he represents? He knows like what, like why he wears all those golds.
He's given this gold currently because he's a famous rapper making money. Him being rewarded the financial assets to buy this gold, he's still aware is a form of, he's enslaved into their system. Whether it's their financial system, their current economic system that they've created because money is bullshit, or like even just being in the industry where he is owned by them and has to make a certain type of music, enable for him to be able to play it on the radio and to be on a white program where he's not speaking black pride or, you know, teaching the black youth something for them specifically. So like that's a form of teaching.
And when you mean by old school, do you mean old school such as like rappers like KRS-One, where there's?
I was just talking about the ones that just came out with new stuff after this generation. This generation.
So like the older
the
rappers
people that came out with new stuff.
Older rappers that came out with new music though.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. So you're in support of the old government still running for, because I mean you can trust the youth. That's what I'm saying. You don't trust the youth then. You're relying. See, that's dangerous.
I don't like
that's
them.
I have a short list of new generation.
You don't trust the youth.
But that's just then because
when I
no, but I'm saying, but I just don't. But
Nas is
but
there
we
at
have
the time.
to.
Nas's elders were looking at him too, like,
Like,
ooh,
ooh,
what are you
doing?
saying? The same way that you'll be looking at, you're talking about these youth rappers
That's what
now.
I mean now.
But
I'm
now-
gonna say
but
that.
now
I'm
are
gonna say it. I don't like them.
Now when you,
I don't believe it like that.
but like so like
a few, like 10.
what's
handful.
one
But then I'm not
one
speaking of
youth
them.
that you're just like I can do without.
Oh,
Like, what are you
what
speaking
do
of
you do without or do with?
Artists.
Because do without is a whole bunch. I can do.
Yes.
Okay,
But
but
what's a youth artist that you?
Jaden Smith.
Okay.
you think he's
What does he say? What does he speak about?
A lot. He's very wise for his age.
He is. I
He
mean,
is.
he's wiser than most people can even comprehend.
Exactly. That's
No,
the
they
thing.
cannot.
No,
right.
honestly,
Yeah.
no, I'm laughing because it's true.
Like
And the thing is,
existential
It's
level.
in his system.
what's really dope is like I realized that.
Existential's with-
Yeah.
Way beyond.
What I realized is because he started young with what he was doing, movies and stuff. He was rapping young. Things, you know, his rhymes weren't that good back in the day. You know, if you listen to him then. But then like now, because it's just like anybody else. It's all about growth, you know, and evolution. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna do it. You're gonna try, change up. You know what I'm saying? And then like now he found his niche. You know what I'm saying? He's been years and years of rapping, but now he's like that Syra album is gold.
Okay, where I have to dispute with you with using Jaden Smith as an example is that Jaden Smith does not have this. He is intersectionalized way, whatever. If you want to define, like, you know, use intersectionalism to explain this, he is nowhere near the same experience and like life, just perspectives as most of the rappers that we're speaking of that we hear on the. He's not in the Migos current rappers that people are listening to. Modern, like current people dancing in the club are not listening to Jaden Smith.
Oh no, you got some bangers. You got some club bangers.
And also his perspective was able to develop differently because of his life experiences. Were very different.
Yeah, I know, but everybody's like.
So that's why it's like you can't just listen to him off the rip and comprehend if you're not even aware of what your circumstances are in this life. Which is what I feel these rappers, you know, what I feel is correct that they're starting to put in little dog whispers through their music now, then that's what most basic people need. You don't need someone to read a novel before they can even start understanding Junie B. Jones. So like let's let them understand the basics, and then they can develop to Jaden Smith's novel, way of thinking, which we know is super expansive. Like it takes a lot to understand what he says, even in interviews. So it's like You get it, but
The next
average
person next to
people,
you be like, what is he
people,
saying?
and
He sounds crazy.
and you know you're not, and they will be saying that
And
you sound
then
crazy.
you know he doesn't sound
But
crazy.
see, that also explains, why
you
I don't like
those
those
other
guys.
Because they're like, you're crazy, I'm the same one. Like,
Right, yeah. I'm up here already. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like. So the thing is, when the music
That's
is
when
not
the
like
teacher comes. The teacher comes into me where I'm like, okay, we gotta speak in regular and complete words that are not in the dictionary. Words that everyone can understand. Basic level knowledge.
Words, okay?
Let's get the knowledge dispersed to everyone evenly and equally.
Yeah.
Because then when you're using
all these big words
and I need a dictionary to decipher what you're saying, then I'm gonna tune you out. And I'm gonna go.
No, for real, because you're like, you get in your head, you're thinking like, what does that mean?
I think. The thing is for me. All right, so
I'm not speaking about myself. I'm just saying in
In
general.
general, yeah.
So one of my roommates, we used to, cause like when we do like road trips and stuff, we used to listen to like really like deep music because we both were writers, poets. Still and so we listened like to Wale, like to Kendrick, to Cole. You know what I'm saying? Break them down because we'd be in the car. So we just be like sitting there going through them and stuff. And then like every time we'd be like, even when we're not in the car, and then we'll like hear something, and then we'll talk to, like even like now, like it'd be something I'll listen to in a song I've been listening to forever. And then I'll figure out what he was saying then, and I'll hit him up like, hey, I just realized what he was saying.
Yup.
And that's how we are.
And that's funny because me and my sister now, like when I'm listening to certain things, I'm like, yo, we were just talking about this the other day, or like what you just said the other day. This is what this, like you said, their dog was from.
Yeah.
So it's,
Or like I was listening to Whitney Houston's song "My Love Is Your Love," and I always thought I loved that song, one of my favorite songs, and I just thought, a love romantic song. One night I was listening to it on my own, and then my whole understanding of the song changed from it like completely. I got a whole nother respect of what it was, and it was like. Oh my goodness, it's so deep. It's so much more than what I was able to comprehend or even be able to, my capacity to understand at the time. To where I'm at now.
He was another very deep rapper, Absol.
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
I mean, his name.
I've heard of him.
Abdul, Soul.
But you know
his
what?
name is even Abdul.
I don't know, but Ab still is. That sounds like.
Come on.
That sounds African.
That's my cousin's homeboy.
That sounds African. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
no.
It's not. Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were trying to say his name. That was his name. No. Something totally different.
Absol.
Oh, the core.
Absol.
Abdomen. Soul.
That's dope.
That is.
But yeah. So anyways, very deep rapper, and so I like to
Is
like.
he even signed to anyone? I'm sorry.
Top Dog Entertainment.
Okay.
So Kendrick Lamar and J.
So
Rock.
with like-minded people.
Yeah, no.
He knew not to sign with
Wait,
John.
going back to abdomen.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've been into breaking down all of these English words.
Oh yeah, right.
Abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
Ab, your core.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Abdul, the name, which is a very deep Islamic name. And if I were, to associate myself with religion, Islam would be the closest one I feel like to spirituality because it really tells you that you are one. God, it really says that. And it's about peace, 100%. I would feel that Abdul is I feel like it is maybe what's the derivative of from abdomen of some sort, like. Ab is a religious name, so maybe I don't know the meaning. What is the meaning again?
I mean, Ab is just more so pertaining to core.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's core, but your core has like so much in there, which again, what the Southern Asian Buddhists, don't they have no explanation for that kind of stuff? Don't they? Like your liver controls this controls these emotions.
I mean, it all depends on what you're talking about. Because I know a lot of different
the whole abdomen.
beliefs that have not beliefs, but like theories and different things that talk about those things, like relating things to things. Because chiropractors, we relate spinal levels to organs. So if you have like you said, like a liver issue, that's like your L1, that's your like mid-low back area. And so like the things, if you adjust it, it'll help. Mm-hmm. And then there's another one that branches off of chiropractic, which is like specifically pertaining to doing certain things with the body, making a connection. We have a lot of those things that branch off of chiropractic that pertain to like organs or
It all
something wrong
stems
and
from
stuff like that.
ancient African practices.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everything, all of it really just like, all of it really, like, they have those type of connections. And then like when it comes to like Eastern medicine, like acupuncture, they do like certain things like your meridians, meridian points, whatever.
Yeah, so yes, I had
like your ears or like your
I get
tongue
terrible
or
cramps, and my
hands or
school
something.
nurse used to do pressure points on my like ankle areas to calm my cramped area. Yes,
So so everybody has
connections.
their own like theories of things that relate to certain things.
It's not theories. Don't call it theories.
All right, so what is it?
Because the definition.
Don't disrespect nature.
A theory is a what?
It's not fact.
A theory is not facts.
What is it?
It's nothing
then?
truthful.
So what is it?
I am.
Factual.
I don't speak theories. I mean,
Yeah,
I know.
facts.
I know.
Facts.
I know my body.
Facts is
I mean,
facts.
I know that this whole operation is a system that works together. It's not a liver. No, everything has its purpose. They say you eat well, you live well, you continue it because once you keep everything in there running properly and feeling good, that's your system. It's a machine, like the same. My soul is in this machine, and it's operating me here on this land today. And my mind goes crazy.
You right.
Okay.
But to go back to abdominal soul. Abdul soul.
Absol.
I'm telling you, they're Abdul.
Shout out to Absol. You know,
Soul Brothers number 2.
Right.
Solo.
Solo.
But yeah, so in his recent album, Do It That Well, it's really a lot pertaining to women. So he talks about like God being a girl.
Okay. Truthful.
Yes.
Mm.
Do you believe God is a girl?
I believe something has to create something. And I think you guys are really good at multitasking. God was over here like, do.
That's a good one.
That's a baby.
I'm gonna grade the cow and the man. Right next to each other. Y'all best friends now.
What is it? It's a man, but with womb. No, womb. We have the womb.
Yeah.
Womb. But we are both man.
Yeah.
But I have the womb.
Yeah, that's
So
true. Yeah.
I'm double better.
No.
Excuse me. I'm an extra special man.
Excuse me for missing something.
I mean, what is it? We're a special type of man then. Yeah.
We are.
Because we continue.
Supernatural.
We continue all the men that continue after.
And then I also explained why women, if you go transgender, you guys can transgender easier than men.
No, actually, no. Men.
Well, besides the cutting off part, but the thing is, the clitoris, you just pull it off and then give them hormones.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Well, the only thing you just can't have semen because that's scrotum.
Well, I'm not made to be a man.
It's still there. It ain't going nowhere. That's why we had nipples, because we were there too. We was all the same boat there. And then our father was like, "You a boy." I was like, "Oh, my bad."
Yes.
Like, what else so old did it be? Bye, y'all. And then y'all like, "Oh, it sucks." But yeah, but he has like a very interesting way of how he, puts his lyrics down. It's very, very great. Like I really.
So he goes into how God is a woman without.
Oh yeah, so there's this song called "Wifey or Wi-Fi." And, Wifey or Wi-Fi, the wifey versus Wi-Fi, and it's like kind of like.
That's cool.
Yeah. But at the end, it's like this guy. He's like talking about a conversation he had with someone, and it was like. The guy was telling him, he was like, yeah, he was talking about like, oh yeah, my mom's really the devil. He was like, wait, because they had an argument or whatever. And the dude was telling also like, oh yeah, my mom's the devil. And he was like, don't say it about your mom. And he was like, yeah, no. But he was like, yeah, but think about this stuff. And he was like, if you're looking like, the normal, like text, normal like screen for like your phone and stuff. Alright, so if you put like, type in MOM on your thing, it comes out as 666.
MOM?
MOM, mom. 666.
Okay. Is 666 really supposed to be bad?
No, it's not.
I don't think it's a bad number.
I'm just saying though.
That's a religion. It's not a concept.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, not everybody believes that Satan's evil either. Because technically he's supposed to be like the morning star. And he was technically he was supposed to be like the Like the director of a choir in heaven.
Yeah, Old MacDonald had a farm.
Why didn't you just say that together? Like it was a thing.
I don't know.
like Satan, Old MacDonald. Just put it together.
E-I-E-I-O is 666. You know that, right? E is 5. I 1 Roman numeral 6. E-I again 5 1 6. O is Roman 666.
Okay.
Yeah. So Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Yes, he is. The devil is 666.
But no, I really no. It's like So I also read. So I read the I used to read the Kabbalah. So the Kabbalah has these the symbols, whatever. They're like this like Sephora or something like that. Each one is a symbol. He actually used that symbol in his control system mixtape.
What is Kabbalah? The practice? I know of it through Madonna.
No, it's like words and numbers. So it's really big on that, more so. So a lot of your people that use their names in the media, they get it from the Kabbalah because it breaks down everything. It's like a dictionary for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
You really learn something new every day.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah.
You said it's numbers and words.
Yeah, so you know, like you break down the words or whatever, like a name or something, like you break it down to different things. So for me, I realized, so I don't really know the numbers situation yet because there's a lot of stuff for that. But breaking down my name, so I ended up changing my name to Dur L. And so the thing is, so like L means godly. So if you think about like in the Bible, all the angels, their names ended with L. Michael, Raphael, Castiel. So it's all a representation of L. And then if you think about it, even when it comes to like Superman, his last name was L.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's supposed to represent Jesus too. Because if you watch if you watch one of the movies, recent movies, this is the one before the Batman vs Superman one, he came back at 33, and that's when Jesus came back from his travels after the Christ journey.
So you're showing support in this, right?
Support of what?
In the L.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a word. It's a word. It's a thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say words. You kids get it. Words. I just don't know the whole thing with the number thing, but I do know that words
concept
mean.
of all those angels and Jesus. So then I don't know.
I'm just saying the thing is like how they say it like that, because the thing is those things are supposed to be the creations of God, I guess, or so. Like,
who created Kabbalah? Who created Kabbalah? Where did it come from?
Don't know. Everything was made by a man.
Yes, but who? When? What time period? Because
I'm pretty sure it's in the table of contents.
Now, is Kabbalah like a spiritual practice or religion practice?
it's a religious practice of some sort, correct?
I've never like seen or heard anybody that just practices it. I think
it's like okay.
It's just like a book you read. So.
Because I mean, Madonna was a practicer of Kabbalah.
But I mean, you read it. It's stuff in it that you utilize to practice and stuff like that. But it's like if it's like I don't know. I wouldn't really like say it's like a religion. I would probably say it's just kind of like more like a practice of some sort that you would do. So like rituals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah.
Okay. Spiritual practice.
Interesting like that.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, this is really
This
really
is
good.
a very good discussion.
I'm gonna see how long this is.
I'm still sus off that Kabbalah stuff.
Wait, how do you spell it?
It's K Kabbalah.
Yeah, 2 L's.
Two L's. Yeah. Look at that. When you're having it.
It's
Yo, I know.
It's K-A-B-B-A.
And this thing is K. So I have to
K-A-B-B-A.
B-B-A.
L-A-H.
Yeah, sure.
But either way,
Yeah, so.
you still have word Allah
Yes,
in
of
it.
course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna investigate that.
Yeah, do you know?
Yes.
Do you
We'll be back.
All right. But thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. I really enjoyed this.
Yes, this
Thanks,
is
cheers.
really a
This is
great
great.
discussion.
It was fun. Hopefully I wasn't rambling too much.
No, that's fine. That's a good point.
That's good.
Yes, cheers. It was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.